So it looks like it's recording. So hi everyone, thank you for coming today. I'm one of your peer mentors for next year. My name is Jasmine Ang, and I'm going into my 4th year of biology chemistry.
Hi everyone, I'm one of your peer mentors as well. My name is Natasha Batcher, and I'm going to be going into my 3rd year of medicinal chemistry.
Hi everyone, I'm also one of your peer mentors for this year, and I'll be going into my 3rd year of medicinal chemistry, and my name's Vanessa.
Okay, so to start things off, we're gonna play a game of Kahoot. So if you guys are familiar with that, or if you're not, it's super, super fun, and it's an interactive game. So we're just gonna get our screen sharing going on up, and then we'll have the code so that you guys can all join. So it's gonna be like kind of like a trivia game to see how much you guys know, and if not, we're gonna fill in any gaps and go into a little more detail about all the questions. Hopefully you guys all found SOAR super engaging and informative this morning, so maybe you guys will be really good at answering these questions. Okay, so it's just loading. All right, so if you guys have a device with you, you can just follow the instructions up top here. So go to kahoot.it and then enter this game pin and then join the game. Ooh, we have someone smiley face. Oh, so I see someone just joined. So just to fill you in on what's going on, we're just gonna play some Kahoot about UNV science and, oh, another person. Okay, so we're just gonna play Kahoot. So all the information is on the screen to join. So you just have to go to that website and put in that pin, and then you can like register to be a player. All right, we'll give you another little time, a little bit more time to join the game, and then we'll get started soon. Okay, I think that should be good. Is anyone having trouble getting onto the game? All right, let's get started then. Okay, so who can you go to advice on your courses and other student services? So pick who you think it is. Oh, yay, everyone got that. Right, so Angela is our student services coordinator, and she's super helpful. And like once, eventually we'll be back on campus, who knows when, but eventually we will be. And her office is super central, and she is always, or usually in her office. You can hop by to ask a question, email her, and in the fall you can just email her, and she's always ready to answer, and she's really helpful, and she's awesome. Okay, next question. Oh, here's the leaderboard. Okay, who is your first year chemistry professor? Oh, so we had 2 people say Dr. Tate and 4 people said Dr. Valreeves. So Dr. Valreeves is the right answer. Dr. James Tate is kind of close. He is a chemistry professor. Actually, all of these people are chemistry professors. So you'll probably meet them later on in your degree. But your first year professor is Dr. Valreeves, and she's so nice, and her class is so much fun. Natasha or Vanessa, do you guys have anything to add about that?
Yeah.
Well,
no, you go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying that she was definitely one of my favorite professors. She's always so nice and welcoming, and you could always go to her if you have any problems about questions about university in general. She's amazing.
Mm-hmm. And if you guys choose to go into medicinal chemistry or chemistry, she will be your advisor for helping you pick your courses and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I've gotten to know all of these professors. Like, I'm going into my 4th year, so I have taken courses from all of them, and they're all really awesome and nice. And you'll find in later years during your degree, you'll get to know your professors even more, and the class sizes get smaller, and you'll be like on a first name basis with them. All right, so I guess we can move on to the next question. Ooh, it's quite close, the scores. Okay, what does PAL stand for? All right, so the right answer for that is peer-assisted learning. So peer-assisted learning is a program we have in place, and it's still available even with online learning. And it's really great because it's run by their teachers. It's upper year students who've taken the courses already, and they will be not exactly like teaching you the whole course, but it's up to you to come with questions, and they'll also help you with extra practice problems. And I found it really useful to go to these sessions, and they're held weekly, and they really supplement the learning. They're not in place of the learning, or not in place of attending lectures, but they definitely help supplement it, and will help prepare you for midterms and help you with assignments, just going over some of the key points again. All right, we can move on to the next slide, or the next question. Ooh, still in the lead, Karina. All right, if you need extra help on your science and math courses, what free resources are available? Yeah, so this is kind of tricky. Yeah, so
yeah, all of these. Oh, sorry. All of these listed here are resources that we offer for free to help you succeed in your classes if you're having trouble. So as we mentioned, PAL is for the science classes, and the Math Learning Center, they hold review sessions for your first year calculus classes and your other math classes as you progress through your career at university, and office hours are held by the professors, usually at specific times, but since classes are online, it might be a little different this year. But yeah, you can always just email your professors if you're having trouble with anything, and they'll be happy to set up a time to meet with you. Yeah. Yeah, we can move on to the next question.
Ooh, wow, that's a big lead now. All right, who's the Dean of Science?
Okay, so yeah, Dr. Gary Saunders, he is our Dean of Science, and he is very passionate about science, and he really cares about the students. So we're really lucky to have him as our Dean of Science here at UNB. And Dr. Ben Newling, yeah, he's a close second there. He is also he's an assistant dean, so he's very outgoing. And I don't know if you might have gotten to meet him, but yeah, you'll definitely hear from him soon. Okay, we're good for the next question.
Okay, how many peer mentors do we have in the Faculty of Science? Right, so 3 people got that one. We have there are 13 of us. So besides the 3 of us, there are another 10. And if you haven't met them, another reminder to everyone, this is kind of off topic, but kind of has to do with this. So we also have a Facebook group. If you guys aren't already part of it, I would definitely recommend joining it. I can put like the exact name of the group in the chat, in the conversation down here in a second. And we just will post some updates there. And we've already posted some videos, and also we did some live streams from the peer mentors. So definitely make sure you join the Facebook group so you can get to know all of the peer mentors. Okay, so where can you access all of your class material online?
So D2L is where all the professors have all their courses. So everything you'd need for the course will be on there. And to get to the D2L page, you just have to go to your UNB portal. And then if you scroll down a little bit, it'll be on the left side. It'll say D2L Brightspace, and then all your courses should be there. And the professors usually upload them towards the end of August, beginning of September.
Yeah, and fun fact, D2L stands for Desire to Learn. All right, what online platform are you going to use to attend virtual classes in the fall? Yay! Everyone got that one. So Microsoft Teams.
Yeah, so Microsoft Teams, so that's what you guys are on right now. It's actually pretty easy to navigate now, and probably towards the end, like Vanessa was saying, when Desire to Learn goes up, you'll probably see your professors start to make groups that are going to be on your Teams, like your tabs that are on the left-hand side, and it'll probably have your class names there. And the really good thing about Teams is usually you get reminders for your classes, because it's like a scheduled time your professor puts in, and it's a really good chat line too. So I know for our professors this year, if we had a question, we could even put it out in the group chat for the class, and then another student could answer it or your professor could answer it. So it's a really great platform, and it's really good that all your classes are going to be on there this year, so it's good to keep track of.
All right, so since classes are online in the fall, you don't need to attend your online lectures. True or false?
Okay, so that's actually false. Since your classes are online, it would be wise to attend them so you understand what's going on in class and so you don't fall behind, because it's really easy to fall behind in class, especially as university goes on and all the work starts piling up. So it's important to attend class.
Wow. Interesting. Okay, which peer mentor was born in Japan? You may or may not know this. If you've stalked some of our social media or have seen some of our peer mentor intro videos, you might know this one. But if not, you're just gonna have to take a wild guess. Oh, looks like one person got that one. So Kate is another one of the peer mentors. She's going into her last year of biology. Actually, all the choices were peer mentors. So we kind of set you up just to get to know some of us peer mentors by name. So hopefully you guys remember our names. So I'm Jasmine once again, and then there's Vanessa and Natasha. And if you watch some of our social media videos, you can meet the rest of us, and also the Facebook group. So don't forget to join that. So how many peer mentors are doing a concurrent biology psychology degree?
Okay, so 2 of you got that one, so it's just one student that's doing it. But if you wouldn't meet her, she's not in the session with us today. But again, go and watch our social media, and you'll find out who it is.
The second place person's catching up. So how many libraries are there on the UNB Fredericton campus? And as it says right there, all the libraries can be accessed virtually. So that will be super awesome for you guys in the fall, if you need to look anything up.
Yep, so that we have 4 libraries on campus. We have one in the engineering building, we have a science library, we have one in the law building, and we also have the main one, which is the Harriet Irving Library. And yeah, you can access articles online. So using your UNB login, you're able to search through databases and get any article you can find.
Wow, first and second are so close. Okay, which peer mentor is majoring in medicinal chemistry? Okay, you guys should get this one. Right, so there were 2 right answers. And they are Natasha and Vanessa, who are
Yep.
So who can you contact if you need counseling services or health services at UNB? And also these will be available to you guys next fall, even though we will not be on campus.
So yeah, it's CC Jones Center is the right answer. And on campus, it's located right by the Bailey Hall where your biolab would have been. But still, like Jazz was saying, certs are going to be offered online. So feel free to reach out to them if you need anything. They're there to help you. So, and if you have any more questions about that, don't hesitate to ask and we can give you more information about it.
Okay, how many peer mentors are majoring in biology? Yeah, so a lot of you got that one, or 3 of you guys got that one right. So it's 9 of the 13 peer mentors are majoring in biology, but just keep in mind that none of us are majoring in biology. So there are other people you can reach out to, such as us. And there's also the PAL leaders that you could talk to. I think Earth Science and Physics are the only 2 majors that we don't have a peer mentor who's majoring in that field, but there are PAL leaders who are majoring in Earth Science and Physics, so they are definitely people you can reach out to if you have questions about those programs. Okay, this is another true or false. So Chromebooks and iPads are recommended for completing online learning in the fall.
So the answer is actually false for this one. In terms of watching lectures on Microsoft Teams, we recommend that you have a laptop or a desktop, and then also have a notebook so you can take notes at the same time, because it'll be kind of harder to do it all on an iPad. But if you do have an iPad, you could also use your iPad to take notes while watching the lecture on a desktop or a laptop as well.
Ooh, the rankings changed a little bit now. Okay, who provides information and advice regarding academic appeals, academic offense appeals, and review of grades?
So yeah, so it's Wilfred Langman. He's a guy, I don't know if you guys seen him yet, but he has long curly hair. He's very friendly and very helpful. All you have to do is send him off an email and he gets back to you as soon as he can. He's a busy man, but he always makes time for the students. So if any of these concerns come up throughout your academic year, make sure to reach out and he will definitely be there to help you out.
So true or false, noisy, busy environments are best to study in. Yay, you guys all got this one right, so it's false. Noisy, busy environments are not the best to study in. So if it's possible in the fall when you're trying to get through your classes and online learning, just like when you're doing homework or trying to concentrate on anything, it's best to be in a quiet environment where you can really focus on what you're doing. So try to have a designated place in your house where you can just really hone in on what you're doing and don't have too many distractions so that you can do the best that you can do. So what UNB program provides services and resources to assist students who have disability-related needs?
Yeah, so the Student Accessibility Center is a facility we have on campus that helps students that have learning disabilities, and so they help with accommodating tests and exams, but it might be a little different with how they operate this year since everything will be on, most things will be online, but you can feel free to contact them. Their phone number, if you search up Student Accessibility Center, it should come up and they have a phone number that you'll be able to call.
All right, true or false again. Financial aid office helps with financial planning, debt management, bursary programs, and work study programs.
So yeah, the answer is true. They offer financial planning, debt management, bursary programs, and work study programs. So there's a bunch of different programs, especially for in the summer for employment. They have the SWIL program that they help run through with UNB, and also they do have workshops that they'll probably do online virtually this year, just because we won't be meeting in class for that kind of stuff. So yeah, just reach out to them if you have any questions regarding that, or let us know if you have any more questions.
Nice. Okay, which center helps with writing and hosts workshops on topics like exam preparation, time management, and critical thinking? Right, so it's the Writing and Study Skills Center. So they're super helpful if you need to write any lab reports, or if you're taking an elective that needs a lot of writing, then you can definitely check them out. But it's not only writing, they also help with, like it says, exam prep and time management. So those are super important things. I know when I started going to university, it is a lot different than high school, especially regarding time management, because in high school I found like a lot of my teachers were always on top of the students telling us, okay, you have to have this done for tomorrow, like try to get the draft done so then you can hand in the good copy by this day. And it's really not like that in university. It's more up to you, and it's your responsibility to get things done. So getting some tips from the Writing and Skill Study Center can really help you manage your time and figure out a way that's best for you to make sure you get everything done and do the best that you can do. Because also the exam prep portion of this question, I actually found that really helpful as well. They do have a lot of good tips for taking exams. Exams and midterms might be a little different than how you're used to the structure in high school with testing. I found that, especially in first year, there were a lot of multiple choice, and I was more used to explaining my answers in short form paragraphs, but I had to get used to another way, and the Writing and Study Skills Center really helped me get used to that. So I would definitely recommend reaching out to them to get some tips on how to study and write and just do better overall in school. Okay, so click on what you think would work best for you for managing your course load.
Okay, so there's loads of options when it comes to managing your course load. So using an agenda is what really helped me during my first year. I know a lot of people use Google Calendar if you like to keep everything digital, but I found that as soon as you get your syllabus for every class, just go through it and write down all the test due dates and exam dates and just dates assignments are due and everything so that you don't fall behind and you don't miss anything. So that was really helpful for me. And also studying in groups is also really good because everyone takes in information differently. So one person might get a lot of the stuff and one person might miss some. So when you're studying together, it's good to bring all your ideas to the table. And then using your days to study is better than doing nothing during the day and then cramming everything during the night because your brain needs to rest every night. So it's good to get your work done. Maybe you could take like an hour break after class, but like it's good to get your work done as much as you can during the day and then rest during the night.
Yeah, I'm glad nobody picked the yellow option.
Yeah.
Study all night and not sleep. So that one is probably not the best option. I can speak to this one because when I was in first year, I had a lab and I left it to last minute because I did not have the best study habits. So I left it all to last minute. So I was up super duper late and I barely slept. And then the next day I had the lab, so I had to go in and do an experiment. And they told me to set aside one gram. And instead of setting aside 1 gram of the chemical, I only took 0.1 grams and threw out the rest. And it just was not a good idea for me to not sleep because I strongly believe that if I had slept the night before, I would have been alert enough to think and do well in my lab the next day. And also, same thing for tests. If you leave it all to last minute and you study late into the night, then your brain isn't going to be fresh and ready to actually write the tests the next day. Oh, yay, everyone's into the 5 digits on the scoreboard. Okay, now that you're in university, you won't have time for social life, volunteering, or work. True or false?
So yeah, false is absolutely true. So the thing about university is everybody finds their balance. So when you start at university, you don't have to feel the pressure to join a bunch of clubs right away or start volunteering right away. But if you feel like you'd like to do that, that's okay too. It really is about what you think that you're able to manage, but just always remembering that you want to make time for yourself as well. So balance between your schoolwork, your social. So make sure you're still, and whether your social be just staying in and maybe reading a book or going out and having a slice of pizza with your friends, just make sure you make time for yourself and your work as well. Absolutely. And then all the other stuff will fall into place.
Yeah, and I find using an agenda really helps with this as well. Okay, we're on the second last question. So ways to make new friends during online schooling. Awesome. So everyone has the correct answers. So definitely participate in orientation events. There'll be more information coming on that soon. I'm so excited for orientation. It's probably like one of the most fun weeks like ever. And also on Microsoft Teams, you can meet new classmates. And like I mentioned earlier, try to join the first year Facebook group And don't be afraid to post questions or just post anything just to get to know other students. I did post the name of the Facebook group in the chat for this video call. So if you don't see that for some reason, it's called UNBF Science First Year 2020 to 2021. So definitely check that out. All right, and now we're gonna move on to the last question of the night, or of the Kahoot game. Okay, it's a true or false. So if you struggled with a course in high school, you won't do well in university.
So yeah, that's absolutely false. We have so many resources available to help you if you're struggling in any of your courses that we've already mentioned, like PAL and the Math Learning Center, and then the Writing Help Center as well. And then you also have us, your peer mentors, to help you out. And then also you can email your profs and they'll be more than happy to help you with anything.
Yay, so that's the end. So let's see. Third place, 18 out of 25. That's pretty good. 17 out of 25 and 18 out of 25. Ooh, it all came down to speed. But good job, everybody. Thanks for playing. I love Kahoot. It's so fun. So now that we're done Kahoot, and you've had a chance to answer some of our questions, do you guys have any questions that you want to ask us? So if you want, you can turn on your microphone and ask the question, or you can just post it in the conversation bar that you can access on the bar that's on the bottom of your screen. So while we're waiting for any questions from anyone, there was a question that was asked earlier before we started recording, so I'll just answer it again right now. So if anyone watching it later wants to know, then they'll know the answer. So someone asked, is it important to take the physics lab? So the answer to this one, Angela definitely gave in her good 2 cents. So for this one, it really depends on what program you want to do. So you guys want to do chemistry and med chem and biochem. So you can talk to your academic advisor, and if you attended the SOAR session this morning or are watching it back, you will definitely find more information in there. Something that Angela did mention that is very important is if you are looking to do an honors later on, then it might be better to take it now. But also it's important to balance, like we just talked about, and you really know yourself. So something that the physics lab, it is another course. So if you're a little worried about starting university and you want a little lighter course load, then we would definitely recommend that. And you could take your physics lab later on if you need it. So that was a good question. Are there any other questions?
Like any questions relating to biochemistry or medicinal chemistry or chemistry that you guys have?
I actually have a question about first year math. This morning they mentioned that there was math 1003 or 1053. I was wondering what the difference is and which one you recommend taking.
I'm pretty sure the 1053 is an advanced course. So I know usually they have a diagnostic test at the beginning of, I'm not sure if it's going to happen this year, but they usually have a diagnostic test at the beginning of the year to see what math you should be placed in. So there's a pre-calc course they have as well. And then there's the Calc 1, and then there's also the advanced calc. So the diagnostic test is used to see where you would fit in, and it's usually your choice at the end of the day which one you want to be in. So it's up to you.
Yeah, I think Angela just mentioned in the chat it is the advanced one. So yeah. I had some friends who took it, and I didn't take it personally, but they really loved math and they enjoyed it. It has a little more theory, and has some further interesting applications that you don't cover in the 1003, but it's quite similar and it just dives a little deeper. So if you're interested in taking that, definitely you can talk to someone from the math department or talk to an academic advisor if you have any more questions. Are there any more questions? If you can't think of any questions right now, that's okay. But if you do think of a question later, again, you can post it to the Facebook group. You can just put your question there. We'll make sure it gets answered. And another option is you could email us at our email, which is keymentors@umb.ca. So I can also put that in the conversation so you can have it. So you can email that or comment in the Facebook group if you have any other questions. And we're also available for one-on-one conversations, chats about anything. If you have any more questions or anything you want to talk about, any concerns, just anything, we're here to talk. We're your peer mentors. We want to help make your university experience as awesome as it can be. So you can book an appointment that's one-on-one with the peer mentor by emailing the email and just mention that you want a one-on-one appointment, and we can definitely get that set up for you. All right, last call for questions. Okay, I think we'll probably end it here. Thanks again, everyone, for joining us. And we hope this was helpful, and we hope you had fun playing the Kahoot.
Don't hesitate to reach out. We're here for you guys.
Thank you so much for coming to this. Thank you.
We can't wait to welcome you guys to the UNB Science family. And go biology, chemistry, and medical. All right. I'm going to be signing off now. So don't forget, if you have any questions, Facebook or email, and I'll be putting the email in the chat. All right. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.